dozen people. They tried to kill everybody, all the officers. And then you think you're so slick, you're going to be like the inside man, right? You're going to turn yourself in and hide in plain sight. I mean, that's unbelievable. Mila J writes, there's an app called News On that lets you watch newscasts from all over the country. Okay. Brian writes, scary times. Kiki writes, continue to hit that like button, fam. Absolutely. Woody writes, Minnesota coroner said the shooting was a homicide. The killer cop should be arrested. Mike Jones writes, MLK said a riot is the voice of the unheard. You know what? I'm asking you. Let me go straight to it. Let me see MLK famous quotes. There's got to be some quotes from Martin Luther King that we can hold on to at a moment like this. Here's one. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Now, what does that mean? It means that we're not going to hate the people that are doing these kind of things enough to prevent it from happening. It means that violence begets violence. That's it. Not peace. Oh, man. He also said that nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. My man Martin Luther King was good for some quotes, wasn't he? I don't know. I'm sure there's something here. I mean, I really don't have the time to go through all the quotes at this particular point, but there's got to be something. Let's not allow what's happened this week to weaken what happens in the future. Okay? Let's not allow that to happen. You know, what's happened this week has happened, but let's not allow it to weaken this future, the future that we have. And we got to do this together. And I'm not trying to sound over sappy. I'm saying that's really the only way. There's a lot of fear mongering right now. People are afraid. If you have a firearm and you're a black person, do you believe that you're going to be treated the same way? If you're a black gun owner, do you worry about the treatment that you're going to get? You should be. I am. You should be. You have to be. Because you don't know if you're going to be given the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, the man in Minnesota, the way I understand it, he told the officer that he had a concealed and carry permit. And then he tells the officer that he's reaching for his wallet, and the officer kills him. In the other case, let's say this man in Louisiana, okay? Let's say that he had a weapon in his pocket. So what? If he had a concealed and carry permit, he's well within his rights to do that. And another question brought up by a member of the Chop Shop this morning, we chopped this up good, is why is it that the NRA and the other organizations that support Second Amendment rights, why is it that they are not out there front and center in the media supporting these two men? At least the man up in Minnesota, he had a concealed and carry permit. Very, very, very. Someone said in the chop shop, very chilling times we live in, scary times. Miller writes, "There's going to be a Black Lives Matter rally here Sunday." Yes, we know. I gave that information out. Brian writes, "Just in, the shooter was a neo-Nazi." Okay, well, let me check this out. I need to corroborate this. Listen, if you have that information, then share the link with us here in the Chop Shop so we can check it out for ourselves. Okay. What else is here? Fox. Let me go to Fox News and see what they're reporting. Yeah, I go to all the sites. Let me see. I'm not getting anything like that. Rhonda writes, being a CCW holder, when I get pulled over, I drive slow and get everything out, put it on the dashboard, have my hands on the steering wheel before I even get stopped. See, there you go. Brian writes on Facebook, white nationalists supposedly. Crystal writes, news conference on now. Okay, well, let me go to Facebook then and see what's popping. So far, I don't see anything. I'm not saying it's not there. I see a lot of people Curtis Fuller, everybody knows Curtis Fuller. He's got a quote from Theodore Parker. Let's see, John. A lot of folks are doing a lot of things and sharing. No, I don't see anything like that, man. I cannot corroborate that from the sources that I'm at. Let me go one more spot that I know gives instant news. Let me double check it for you here. See. What I'm reading is that the Dallas PD is withholding information on the suspects from the public view. Okay, there it is. Media takeout. All right, here it is. MTO exclusive. That's media takeout exclusive. Dallas shooters are reportedly white nationalists trying to start a race war in America. This is media takeout. Okay. You got to take it for what it's worth. Okay. Something like that will get a lot of clicks right now. Just got my click and maybe many of your clicks. I need to see it from some other sources. Now, perhaps they got an exclusive. Let me click on it and see what it says. Media Takeout just received some blockbuster information. According to an insider at CNN, the Dallas shooters are what police are calling white nationalists. We speculated that. A CNN insider spoke with MediaTakeout.com under the condition of anonymity. They claim that the police have asked the network to not release details of the shooter until authorities have time to conduct full searches of all the suspects' homes. We're told that while negotiating, and again, thanks for that, B. I don't know. I mean, Media Takeout, it could be. That's the nature of their business. It could be that this is completely true. And I'm going to go so far as to post this myself. Good looking, B. Appreciate you for that, bro. Yeah, check this out. All right. Oh, man. See, that's when the chop shot's working at its best. Shannon writes, media takeout, ? Nah, but I can't believe it. This is deep. Let me go back to media takeout. I want to read this to you first. We're told that while negotiating with one of the suspected shooters, the shooter told officers that they were looking to start a race war. And they're also told that Donald Trump's name was brought up. Now, when was this posted? This was posted today. Is there a time frame on here? There's no time frame on here. This is just, let me go to CNN and see what's out there now. If that, in fact, turns out to be true, that would make sense. I just cannot see members of Black Lives Matter killing police officers. I do not see that. Because as a black man, that will not make things better. It'll make it much worse. And if you're affiliated with any kind of organization like Black Lives Matter, that means that on some levels you believe in the power of unity, you believe in the power of community engagement and social movements, and not really violence. Why would you join Black Lives Matter if you want to kill police officers? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. This is deep, folks. This is deep. Listen, I'm going to take another pause for the calls and come right back. And we'll catch up on everything that's going on. It'll give me a chance to look around the internet a bit. We'll be right back right after this.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Now back to the show.
Good morning, welcome back. Nate Ivey with you. Currently 8:44 a.m. in the Queen City. Welcome back. Today is Friday, July 8th, 2016. Welcome back. Could Cory Booker be Hillary Clinton's pick for vice president? Deep. That's something we'll pick up in the days to follow. For today, 5 Dallas officers killed. The deadliest day for police since September 11th. 2 civilians injured in an ambush. The folks over at Media Takeout are reporting that a CNN insider has given them the inside tip that during the standoff, one of the suspects basically admitted that this was some type of initiative to start a race war. The term white nationalist have been described. I mean, what would make a white man kill another white man? Perhaps their desire to start something. Do you believe that some people could be that? Is that evil? Is that commitment to whatever their wacky belief system is? If in fact these are white nationalists, this is an act of terror. These are terrorists. Much like some folks are saying that the officers involved with the shootings of black men in Louisiana and Minnesota are terrorists. This is deep, folks. Where will this end? Where will this end? Woody writes, the South Carolina shooter was trying to start a race war. Ms. D writes, why are they withholding information now after slandering that innocent black man by plastering his face all over the national news? Matter of fact, let me play that again, actually. We owe that to that brother.
I don't know what to say. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to deliver some commentary.
The crazy
We played
thing
it
about
once.
it is that I was down here. I couldn't get to my vehicle.
Mark Hughes.
Because of the roadblock.
That's this man's name.
And hindsight 2020, I could have easily been shot.
Where were you when your picture was being plastered all over the country? You didn't even know.
I didn't know. We received a phone call that my face was on there as a suspect, and immediately I flagged down a police officer.
So while the country was looking for you, you were talking to police.
I was talking to police, laughing and joking with police officers.
And not only that, we were assisting the police. You know, we were part of the organization that put on this peaceful protest. And so
that's deep right there, man. That is deep. He says, listen, I had no idea. Now, for that moment, he's public enemy number one. You know that? I mean, he's public enemy number one. And had he not walked over and turned himself in, he probably would have been killed. Because one way or another, he was going to talk with police. You can believe that. One way or another, they were going to talk with him. And the only thing that was in question was whether he was going to do it peacefully. What was that transition period going to be like? That was the only thing that was in question.